This is TechVibe Radio, your front row seat to Pittsburgh's technology and innovation ecosystem. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savier at savier.com. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. For a Sunday morning, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to listen and just learn, get this front row seat to all things technology in the Pittsburgh region. And we can't do it without our friends at Huntington Bank. Whenever they open a new branch, I camp out to talk to the tech companies and the people, the women and the men that are making it happen. And we have been just having a ball, an absolute ball, hanging out at the new Flagship branch, of course, in downtown Pittsburgh. This thing made headlines earlier in the year when they opened up. It was a cold winter night, but it was glowing green everywhere. They had a huge party to christen this new branch where the old former McDonald's was. It was crazy. Oh my God, they turned this restaurant into this branch. And I'm just like so excited to be here and telling these stories. I can't gush enough. I think as simple as that. So we have Deja Mercado hanging out with me today. Deja, thank you for welcoming me here today. Really appreciate it. You're the best. Yeah, I know you guys are. You live up to your name every single time I come here because it says welcome everyone. Always feels so welcome. And I just love being here. I'm thinking maybe I could become like an honorary Huntington employee or something.
Please come back at any time.
I tried to wear green tape, but the only green I had was teal.
We'll work with teal.
Okay. I'm getting in the color family as far as it is. Excellent. So Deja, you guys have a pretty cool background here. You get to have a lot of fun working on Huntington. I can tell you're very passionate about it. You've been here for what, 3 years now?
3 years.
3 years now. My goodness, that's fantastic. And you get to work with the customers in a way that really help them kind of plan for the future and keep them guided in the right way. How much fun is it to help see someone start to build credit? You recommend a product to them. They're able to then get a credit card. And then through doing that, they're able to get a home loan or a car loan. Just help see them bring themselves into where they can live a life.
Building relationships here at Huntington has been my favorite part about working here.
Definitely.
I love interacting with people. And when I'm able to explain to someone something they may not have known to help in a significant way.
Good feeling, huh?
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And then they come back to me continuously for every need after that.
Yeah.
So.
What's interesting is as I've been hanging out in your branches really for, I think, the past 10 years doing some of this stuff, but as I've been in the downtown branch in particular, as people walk in, you guys know all the customers. You ask how things are going, and it's amazing to me. I'm like, wow, it's almost like a small town bank feel almost. I'm like, oh my goodness, people talk to each other.
Luckily, I'm good with names. I'm the one who would call a customer out by name, and they'll be like, wait, you remember my name?
Yes.
So I'm very good with names.
That makes a huge impact because you feel like you're counted. Like you mean something, you know, you're not just a passerby as far as that is.
You are not insignificant at all.
Exactly.
Every customer is as important as the next.
Yeah, good stuff. I could say you guys make me feel so welcome here. I love being able to use this as my platform to tell the stories. It's a weird combination. We're in this bank, we're telling stories, but you guys give me this great space. I love the smile on my guest's face when they roll in. They're like, wow, this bank's amazing. I'm like, yes, let me tell stories here. And today we have PPG stopping in. I can't think of anything more downtown Pittsburgh than PPG. Come on. They've been around for 140 years.
They are a Pittsburgh downtown staple for sure.
Yes, they are. And there's so many things going on that we're going to have Bryan, Iams give us the full details because there is so much going on. They're doing a lot to actually beautify Market Square. There's a whole campaign to beautify and renovate, and they're providing a lot of the materials and the coatings to make that happen. So it's going to be good stuff. So I'm excited to get to the stories today.
Nice. Thank you, PPG.
Yes, absolutely. Deja, thank you so much for having me here today. We're going to tell some fun stories. Simple as that. And I always remind everybody, go to huntington.com, check them out. I don't care what kind of a loan you're looking for or service, whatever it is, there's something really great for you guys to check out there. Most importantly, if you're doing your banking, come downtown and hang out. Deja will say hello. Yes. She'll remember your name, we swear. Awesome stuff. This is Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Tech Council. Go to pghtech.org. Find out how we love helping tech companies succeed. And I'll be right back with Bryan Iams from PPG. A strong work culture is the invisible force that binds employees to each other to the company and to their work. It's linked to better business outcomes, happier employees, and increased retention. How we work and where we work continue to evolve in almost every way, yet our human need for connection and purpose remains. Help your employees connect and thrive by evolving your culture to support your team, regardless of how or where they work. So discover how the Kindling Culture Agency can transform your company's culture at sparksomething.big.com. That's the Kindling Culture Agency at sparksomething.big.com. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Your dial is set to TechVibe Radio, brought to you by Compunetics, Chorus Call, Highmark, Huntington Bank, Kindling, PNC Bank, and Savier. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. We are back here at Huntington Bank in downtown Pittsburgh, where we are talking about all things downtown Pittsburgh. And we could not do a TechVibe neighborhood tour in downtown Pittsburgh without talking to PPG. This is one of our anchor companies here in Pittsburgh. Anchor tech company, anchor manufacturing company, anchor innovation company, anchor everything. And I'm hanging out with Bryan Iams today. Bryan, thank you for stopping by the branch today and being part of the show.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm very excited. Thank you so much for having me.
I was so glad you accepted my invite to come out, because as I was putting these shows together, I'm thinking about who's who downtown. I'm like, we got to have PPG. I'm like, plus I get to hang out with Bryan Iams again. It's been too long, so it's great to have you here.
Yeah, it's great to be here. And like you said, PPG is downtown Pittsburgh. You know, all you have to do is look up and see that beautiful building. Absolutely. And know where you are in downtown Pittsburgh.
I always say there's nothing better than Gothic and glass. Simple as that. So,
yeah, it's cool. A great place to work and a great symbol for our downtown.
It is. It literally is like the beacon for what's kind of, but downtown is being and going to be even better, I think, for lack of a better term. And your commitment to downtown is amazing. Before we jump in, there might be a listener out there who maybe doesn't know what PPG is, but actually, in some ways, maybe people don't, because there's so many things that you do that people have no idea about. So give us like the old elevator pitch.
Yeah.
What PPG is really doing in this day and age, especially in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I'll go way back.
Okay.
So, PPG was founded here in Pittsburgh in 1883. So we're over 140 years old. Have always had our headquarters here in Pittsburgh, started as a glass company because Pittsburgh was at the center of the industrialization of America.
Right. And think about that. That was high technology too. I mean, yes.
That was. So where there was steel, there were windows. And windows, of course, are glass. And that's where PPG started, really. So when, steel structures were made, they would use glass. And then not too long after that, PPG said, where there's steel, glass, there should be paint.
Coatings.
Coatings to paint the steel beams, to paint the walls and the halls of these buildings that were being built. So PPG grew. So we grew from a glass company to a coatings company, and then also had a large chemicals portion, because chemicals, of course, in southwestern Pennsylvania and West Virginia were a big part of America's manufacturing.
All day long.
Yeah, so we've grown from a U.S. company to now, today, we operate in really more than 70 countries.
Wow.
We have 170 manufacturing facilities around the world. We've went from a diversified glass, chemicals, and coatings company to really a pure play paint, coatings, and specialty materials.
Coat the world, man.
Coat the world. Really, there isn't, Jonathan, a surface that you can think of, whether it's a car or a plane or bridges that we have or buildings.
It's mind-numbing. And over my near 30 years at the Tech Council, I've been out to your research facilities, like one near Hartwick Acres.
Yeah.
And it has always blown my mind, because I think there's nothing you don't coat. And when you coat it, you're like saving weight on airplanes. You're adding properties to the surfaces so things don't stick, or it's just, there's everything. And how you guys keep track of it is mind blowing. But what I love is that it's all coming out of Pittsburgh. That's the HQ, and it's commanding everything.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, downtown Pittsburgh is our global headquarters.
Right.
So we have approximately 45,000 people who work at PPG around the world, but this continues to be the center of PPG. And then you mentioned our research and development. That's just 10 miles away here in the northern suburb of Pittsburgh. And that's where we do all our global research and development. We have close to, I think, 400 scientists from all around the world that work there, creating the next generation paint and coating. It's
fun
really
to see
cool.
them doing it. Like when I go out there, they gave me the safety glasses and even my own little honorary lab coat. So I look official when I go through
it's funny. A lot of people will say, if you've ever seen the show Stranger Things, you don't even know it's back there in the woods. And
beautiful campus, man.
It's a beautiful campus, and tremendous work's being done there.
It's so cool.
Really cool.
The more I talked about this, the more I get excited. I forget how cool you guys are and what you're doing here in Pittsburgh. It's like, oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
But even better than this, like I keep saying, it keeps getting better and better to me. But like, you do all this, but you've not forgotten about Pittsburgh, and you guys are helping to invest in Pittsburgh. You're doing so much, like with Market Square. And you're donating the coatings. And tell me about that.
Yeah. So, PPG is proud to be part of this revitalization of downtown Pittsburgh. So it's a big project. Market Square is a key component of that. That's right in our backyard of our headquarter building. So we're really proud to be a part of that. We're investing money both from the PPG Foundation, but also from PPG on the corporate side.
Right.
So it's a mix of money. We'll look to use our materials and product wherever we can make surfaces brighter, more colorful, last longer. Downtown Pittsburgh is a key part of who we are, and we want to make sure it looks better tomorrow than it even does today.
And it's so cool because, like, literally, it's just like your test lab. And your showcase. You can showcase to the world through Market Square the different coatings that you have. What has me really excited is how when the NFL draft is going to be here next year, with so many more people coming into downtown, they're going to get a front row seat to this. I want some little PPG signs saying this coating is by, just people know.
Exactly. We would love to see the PPG logo wherever. That's why it's on PPG Paints Arena.
Yes, it is.
That's why it's on the Carnegie Science Center. Our investment in Pittsburgh goes beyond, our products and our people. It goes into the community. So the foundation, last year we gave $18 million to nonprofits, with a large portion of it here in the Pittsburgh region.
Awesome.
So when you talk about science education, STEM education, all of those things that are going to drive interest and curiosity in science and technology for the next generation of the PPG worker, we're all in on.
You got that great campus where you need some more workers at a point in time.
We
so let's
always
get from
need new thinking, new ideas, new innovation. That's going to drive the next 140 years of PPG.
Most definitely. Hey, in case you just joined us, we are talking to Bryan Iams of PPG, talking about PPG's just massive presence here in Pittsburgh, and really how it is just this anchor here in downtown Pittsburgh that's really keeping things vital, keeping things just where it needs to be, helping us launch forward. We've been nerding out about all the different things you guys do. My mind kind of hurts. I'm thinking about all the coatings and the things you guys do. It blows my mind.
A couple cool things too, Jonathan, that are really exciting is when you think about electrification of vehicles.
I'm glad you went there because I was going to.
PPG is right there. So, when you think of an electric vehicle, it starts with the battery, right? And the battery is the key engine that drives the vehicle. It's the heart and soul. So PPG coats those batteries. What's really interesting, there's actually more coating on a battery pack in an electric car than there is on the entire exterior of a vehicle.
I learned that from one Callum Monroe. When we went on a Tesla test drive about 3 or 4 years ago, we were doing a supply chain drive around in a Tesla. We went to visit all the folks like PPG that play in the electric vehicle. He told me that. And it blew my mind, and how important those coatings are for temperature regulation and all these things that make it safe and everything in between.
So there's so much more to the coating than even just the exterior of a vehicle. When you think about the future of coating, they're intelligent, they're communicating. So much, the future is going to be about one computer, communicating with the other. And really the enabler there is the coding, which is really cool.
Like when it's self-driving vehicle, when it's trying to see the things around them, you have the coatings that provide better reflectivity and all that kind of fun stuff. It's like amazing. Things you don't think about till you got to think about them, right?
Yeah,
and then PPG's there to make them.
Yeah, and you'd be amazed at where these ideas come from. So,
I can only imagine.
we had a scientist here in Pittsburgh who looked at an eggplant that's in your garden.
Yeah.
And if you think about the eggplant, it's dark colored, it's purple.
Right.
But if you cut it open, it's cool on the inside.
How does it do that? Because it's absorbing heat, right?
Right. So our scientists broke down that chemical reaction. And basically what they found is that it's light reflecting. So it's not absorbing the heat and light.
Okay.
So then take that thinking and apply it to a coating. And we've done that to create dark color coatings that reflect the heat and not absorb it. So it means you're inside of your car or an airplane is cooler, doesn't require as much
efficiency.
Right. So there's just so much cool technology and thinking going on. And it's all really kind of happening here in Pittsburgh.
And the other things, I mean, we're talking about obviously coating batteries and things like that. Then coat the exterior of cars too, which I'm a car dork. And when I was visiting your lab, they have the whole automotive finishes out there. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I mean, you have like self-healing paints and all the different types of reflective properties. Like, oh my goodness. Like once again, it takes a lot of science, a lot of tech to make coatings for what we use today.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, I know my parents and my parents' parents' vehicles rusted. And I remember the wheel wells, after a Pittsburgh winter.
Yes. 2 years out of a car and it started rusting out.
It would be all rusted out. You don't really see that anymore today. And the reason is PPG created more than 50 years ago E-coat technology. So this E-coat technology basically covers the entire vehicle and protects it against rust. So that is a huge innovation that enables cars to last longer. So when you have a car over 100,000 miles, over 200,000 miles, and the body still looks in great shape, it starts with protecting the car. And that's why our purpose statement at PPG is we protect and beautify the world. We protect surfaces and then we make them beautiful, like the city of Pittsburgh.
Oh, I like that. Oh my goodness. Okay, now you're going too far, but I love it.
I had to get that in.
I'm glad you did, because I think that's exactly, and that's such a great point, is the fact that the coatings are so important for safety, but then you make it pretty.
It is really about protecting and beautifying at the end of the day. So.
All day long. Yeah. Wow. So we got a couple minutes left, but there's so much more for us to talk about. I get so excited about it. I just love what's going on here. And the science of what you guys do just blows my mind. I think about you're employing where do you see things moving in the future? I mean, obviously, like we're going to have more and more demands to make things more energy efficient. I can only imagine what's in like the skunk works or who's looking at one of your awesome scientists out there. She's looking at something right now and seeing what makes this plant do this certain thing that we can take to the world in a coating, right?
Yeah. And I mean, when we look to the future too, of course, AI is going to play a critical role, and even at companies like ours. So
interesting. How are you guys using AI? I can imagine.
So on the most basic side, we're using AI when you think about chatbot and customer service.
Surely. So, makes sense.
We're a global company with global businesses, but those businesses are also very localized. So whether it's in a country in Europe or in Asia or here in South America. So having technology that's enabled by AI that serves as chatbot and customer service agents, that's a huge opportunity. Then when you think about AI and you think about manufacturing and supply chain, it's all about getting data faster to enable us to adjust the manufacturing and supply chain.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with a global supply chain, AI can play a key role there. And then when you think about formulation, paint and coatings is all about formulation. It's understanding what our customers' needs are and then getting all of their data and then quickly using AI formulation to create the right color with the right properties. Because whether it's high humidity or freezing cold temperatures, that AI technology enables us to get that formulation right the first time, very quickly, faster, enabling our customers to create their end product faster. So there's just so many cool things with AI that PPG is looking at and driving. I don't know what the next eggplant technology is, but I know the scientists in Allison Park, 10 miles from downtown where we are at the Huntington branch, are going to figure it out.
They're working on it right now.
We're definitely working on it.
How exciting is this? We need another 20 minutes to talk. Come on. on, man. I tell you, I'm Bryan. Make it happen. Sean, make it happen. No, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
It's getting me so excited. I think our listeners are too. To realize this is such an asset that Pittsburgh has, having PPG in town, doing what you guys do. We often forget, we take it for granted. Me having this little nerd out with you for the past 15 minutes is like, oh God, I'm so excited for what PPG's doing in Pittsburgh. Amazing work.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, we love being in here. We look forward to the next 140 years
Totally.
having our headquarters here in Pittsburgh. Many exciting things happening, not only at PPG, but in the region.
Of course.
With the NFL draft coming, with a lot of the member companies at the Tech Council doing really cool things that PPG is glad to be a part of. So the future is bright, Jonathan.
It totally is.
I'm excited.
Yeah, at the Tech Council, we love having you as partners and members. We couldn't do it without you guys. And thanks for being here, Bryan. You're the best.
Thank you, Jonathan. Great to be here anytime.
Oh, man, I'm a little down now because I want to keep talking, but we're going to be on next. We're going to keep telling these awesome stories about everything going on here in the Pittsburgh region, and PPG is just one of the shining examples. We forget they've been innovating for 140 years, something like that. Awesome stuff. If you want to learn more about the Tech Council, go to pghtech.org. We love helping tech companies succeed. We've only been doing it since 1983. So you got about 100 years on us there, but we're trying. We're trying to catch up.
You're on your way.
We're on our way. Thank you again. This has been Jonathan Kirsting. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. Thanks for geeking out with us on TechVibe Radio. Tune in next Sunday for more tech and innovation stories right here from Pittsburgh. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savier at savier.com. And we're always coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios.